Ladies and gentlemen, the nephew of our Father Rigon would like to say a few words in his memory.
Signore e signori, buonasera. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I would like to express my deep gratitude to the Consul Generals of People's Republic of Bangladesh and to all of you for inviting me and my family here. It is also a great honor for me to share the celebration of the Independence Day of Bangladesh together with you tonight. My name is Luca Rigon and I'm the youngest nephew of Father Marino Rigon, who I'm trying to represent here so humbly. It's most likely, as you most likely know, my uncle was the very first Italian who translated the major part of the superb literary works written by Rabindranath Tagore, Nobel Prize in 1913, directly from Bengali into Italian. Father Marino was born in Villa Verla, a small village close to Vicenza, a little town in the northeast of Italy in 1925. He was the first of 8 siblings. His father, Riccardo, my grandfather actually, was a farmer. He was therefore strongly linked to those essentials and disciplines that only the ground with its season cycles can teach. He also loved theatre plays and art in general. He was an actor himself and interpreting religious dramas. His mother, Italian Monica, my grandmother, was a teacher, demanding, severe, rigorous, and she had the strong belief that learning at school and being cultivated represented the main way to deliver him from misery and poverty. Let us not forget that Venetia, the Italian region where Father Marino stems from, was extremely poor at the beginning of the 20th century. There was a very little food, scarce and hard work, houses with no sewer, without light, water and a lot of ignorance. During Easter, Father Marino's father, Riccardo, used to play the Passion of the Christ, when he represented Jesus' suffering, and it is said that that was the very moment that triggered the calling, leading the little young Marino to enter seminary. Father Marino learned the capability to look after the poorest by his mother, not only by feeding them, but also by offering the possibility to go to school and to learn. Actually, Father Marino opened schools for Christian, Hindu and Muslim students in Bangladesh. In 1951, Father Marino took vows and became a Xaverian priest. He was sent to East Pakistan, at first to Banyar Chowk and after to Shalabunia. These towns are all both belonging to the diocese of Khulna, where she settled down definitely. He only traveled again just to go to Canada, where he took a degree in sociology, and to the United States to upgrade his knowledge. Moreover, it happened that he had to come back to Italy because he needed heart and hip surgery. In Bangladesh, Father Marino Rigon intertwined with ordinary people. He walked with a barefoot in the mud during the monsoon seasons. Actually, he suffered in his life, was infected with malaria and amoebas, dysentery, but he showed that he was absolutely, she wanted to show that he was absolutely like the others and wanted to be close to everybody with no exceptions. He did not want to impose his culture. Actually, he started learning Bangladeshi language and culture in order to understand the new environment he was into. In so doing, he believed that it was the very path to reach people's heart. At the beginning, he translated Golan Mustafa, Nazrul Islam, Sukan Tobacharjo, Jasmine Uddin, through informing, recording, facing, without having fear of asking explanations and help. But actually, he was fascinated and conquered when he discovered Rabindranath Tagore's magnificent literary work. His passion for these works was so deep that from that moment on, he devoted his whole life to translate his books in poetry into Italian, spending restless hours and sleepless nights, raptured by all that cultural treasure. Father Marino translated almost all Thakur's books in poetry. Among the many translations, above all, I would like to mention Gitanjoli, that led the great master to the Nobel Prize in 1913. But before doing this, it took almost 10 years of studying and full immersion into the Bangladeshi culture, something that only Father Marino's love for Bangladesh could bring to such a result. I would also mention some of the other works translated by my uncle, Gimitallo, Noiveddu, Sisu, Kea, Choitali, Coplona, Soron, Uzzorgo. All these last books translated into Italian only by Father Marino. We also do not want to forget about the poetry books, Balaka, Moa, Shemoli, Sfolingo, Arrogo, and so on. Father Marino's translations are really a deep step ahead for us Italians, for us in Italy, because previously we had only indirect translations or information from English or French scholars. Indeed, it is not the same thing, because language is the soul of people. And for the very first time, we could seep directly from the heart of the master, Thakur. Father Marino was good at speaking and writing Bengali that the locals themselves were amazed by such a mastery of your mother tongue. This unmatched ability originated from the fact that he actually lived there, even in the district of Khulna, where the Thakurs owned lands and houses. These situations helped him to get directly into touch with the Rabindranath's niveau, the huge ocean with its tides, the slow flowing of the great rivers, with their many forks, the Sundarban mangrove forest, the echo bird songs, undisputed realm of the tiger. Within all this, you can meet the storytellers, the fishermen, the lumberjacks, or those girls with the jiggle ankle braces and colorated bracelets, whom the great poet talked about in his books. Everything so well described that it seemed to you that you can see all this with your own eyes while reading. This beautiful world was returned to us thanks to Father Marino. Then, a last thing but not the least, we have to mention the study of the famous bowl poets, also known as the wandering poets. Bangladeshi people understood and returned all this great and pure love for Bangladesh government. Was also grateful to him because he supported the Bangladeshi independence. He received, Then, yes, just the nephew now speaking. Tonight is almost impossible to talk about all my uncle's life activity verbally. It is so rich, so deep, so full of love and charity. Above all, his strength came from his unshakable faith in God. Now, the nephew speaking, what else can I say? I'm so proud, immensely fortunate and thankful to God that I had an uncle like him. I loved him so much, I still do. I hope you too. Dear Uncle Father Marino, I miss you so much. I guess all of us.